Musa Al-Koni maintains Libya's government of national accord has failed to tackle urgent problems resulting from years of conflict and political tensions between rival factions.
Of course, this is all our own fault. We let down many people. I admit that we failed in running the country for several reasons. The first being that we in the Presidential Council did not choose one another. We only chose the members of the government. However, we are responsible for the actions of our conflicting colleagues. We are not united, and this is no secret.
The UN-backed government was installed nearly a year ago with only partial support from Libya's rival political factions. Koni's resignation now casts doubts on the country's future.
We didn't take brave decisions. We were not brave enough to make bold moves. We have no authority over institutions, especially the central bank, and everyone speaks a different language.
Government leaders including Koni arrived in Tripoli in March 2016 but have struggled to impose their authority. Militias still hold the real power and living conditions countrywide have deteriorated.
I announce my resignation from the Presidential Council because I have failed, and I apologize to the Libyan people for my failure. However, I am aware that this does not absolve me of my responsibility as an official in this government.
Over the weekend, a member of the Presidential Council announced a series of appointments during Prime Minister Fayez Sarraj's absence. They were consequently rejected by other council members. Catherine Omwando, CGTN.
Well, let's get you more now on that story. Our correspondent Yasser Hakim is joining me live from Cairo. Yasser, that development coming out of Libya, what is the likely impact of Musa Al-Koni's resignation, though?
Well, it would be very sad for Libya, and it was coming because there's a lot of divisions within Libya. There's a lot of problems with the Libyan hierarchy and the politicians. We've just seen now how one deputy has given orders to appoint several officials, and his other deputy has rejected these appointments, and Fayez Sarraj is not able to unite the political factions and the political sphere in Libya, and this could even have a consequence on the Sukhairat agreement itself. And we just want to also remember that just a day before, the Minister of Interior in the government has also resigned and has traveled to Tunis. So he fled to Tunis, or he traveled to Tunis, but he has also resigned, which shows that this could have the domino effect, that maybe this would lead to a problem and a revamp of the Sukhairat agreement or the Presidential Council itself.
Well, that domino effect, though, yes, how worried should we be at this stage when it comes to the political process in Libya?
Yes, it's very worrying, but it was clear from the beginning that one problem for the Presidential Council is that it has not been comprehensive in the way it has been dealing with Libya. It has given more leverage, for example, to the Islamist militias and political factions, which has caused a stir with other politicians, especially that we've seen how the Libyan parliament, which is also accepted by the international community, has been standing against the Presidential Council. They should have been working together harmoniously to bring unity to the country. However, the Libyan parliament, led by Abdullah Thini, has found Aqila Saleh has found that the Presidential Council is not representative of the Libyans, and it has several times rejected the governments that have been formed by the Presidential Council, saying they're not representative of the Libyans. And at this point, it could lead to problems and could then lead to ISIL making use of these divisions, especially if Libyan militias go interfere and start taking sides as well. We can find infighting between the political factions and the political parties, which would give room for ISIL to regroup and retake positions in Libya again.
Well, yes, Egypt, though, on its part, has been playing a key role to get General Khalifa Haftar of Libya to be appointed army chief. What's the latest on those efforts?
Well, Fayez Sarraj, the Libyan president or head of the Presidential Council, was supposed to be in Cairo today, but he had to postpone because of the developments in Libya. He was in London and he was traveling to Egypt to discuss several issues, including the position of Khalifa Haftar. But he had to postpone because of the developments in Libya. But we expect that there will be a restructuring of the Presidential Council in Libya, maybe a restructuring of the government, so that it can be acceptable by all sides. And in this case, at this point, maybe Khalifa Haftar will have a place in the new Libyan equation, and Khalifa Haftar's role is not ignored in Libya. Several parties, not just Egypt, Russia as well, and other countries have been also commending Khalifa Haftar to take over, and obviously Libyan tribes and officials and politicians as well. So he's got the backing of several sides, and it will be seen in the next few days whether he will be part of the new restructuring or new side and new look of the government and the Presidential Council.
Right, Yasser Hakim there for us in Cairo. Thank you.